Here's how you can use AI and N8N to scrape unlimited leads. Yes people, and welcome to the channel. In this video I'm going to be going over the easiest and by far the cheapest way to scrape leads within N8N. So this scraper we've built here, it's very simple and it uses Google Maps and your search query within Google Maps to go and find company websites. Once done, it goes onto the website and scrapes the email and logs it all into a spreadsheet for yourself. This is not an advanced workflow, most beginners can set this up, and if you stay till the end of the video I'm going to tell you how you can access this template completely free. So let's jump into N8N and let's see how it works. So this is the workflow inside N8N. Right now it starts with a manual trigger, but you can also run this on a schedule, or you can get AI to call on this workflow. As you can see, it's got a HTTP node here, it's called Scrape Google Maps. Uses a tool called Tavily, and what Tavily does, it basically searches, gives your workflow access to the internet. From this it's able to get company websites. So there's not much to this node. Obviously we've got the Tavily URL, you would have your authorization token, so I'm going to put a link to Tavily in the description. You can sign up for free and you get 1,000 credits for free. You'll get your key from Tavily and then you just need to input it in this value box here. From there you can basically use Tavily. So the search terms I've got here in the body, if we look here, we've got Manchester dentists with company websites. So whatever you want to target, you know, you can target different sectors, different places. So we can go London and we can go solicitors, if you want to target London solicitors. And then all you have to do is change that prompting, and then it will basically search on those terms. So I'll show you how the workflow works now. So I've just paused mid-execution just so we can go through and have a look how it works. I'm going to blow out my API token, but as you can see, we put London solicitors with company websites. It then called on Tavily, which created like a search and then returns loads of different URLs for different company websites. All this content and stuff is obviously stuff that we're not after. We just want the company URLs in this step. So this is what the next node's for. So this code node is just very simple. It literally just takes the URLs from the website and basically leaves all the stuff that we don't need. So if we go to the filter Google URLs, this filter node is basically just to filter URLs that we don't need. So sometimes when you do these Tavily searches, some URLs can come back that are just really junk, to be honest, and we're just after company URLs. So that's what this filter node does. It basically gets rid of all those URLs that we don't need and keeps the ones that we do need. So that's why we have that. The next node is just remove duplicates. So this is obviously just to remove any duplicate that might have been returned in the search. So sometimes with Tavily it's not 100% accurate, but as you can see in this run it did return 20 items. After this node it did output 20 items, which means there was no duplicates, which is always good, but it's always nice to have that step there just in case there is any duplicates that come about. In the next node I just have a limit. It's just to cap it at 100 max items. Sometimes I've found that when you return more than 100 items at once, it can cause a few issues and stuff, so I just have this limit node, but it's not really necessary. You can just have it there for sort of a safety, especially if you're doing, you know, a few runs and stuff and you don't want to run into many errors. This limit node just makes sure you're not passing too much data at once, which can also, you know, cause different errors along the workflow. After this we have a loop node, which basically splits each URL, each item, into one item. So as we can see here, there's 20 items here. This is one item, so this RT Coopers, and then this loop node, sorry, is just to basically split them into one item each. So then it can go to this next HTTP request. So this one is very simple. What it does, it basically uses this JSON variable to take each website URL. So as we can see here, BCLP law. So basically it takes this URL, scrapes the data from that website. There's not much to this. You don't need a third-party app. You just literally need the company URL. The HTTP request here will return loads of data from the website. As you can see, I could probably scroll forever and there's loads of different data on this right hand side on the output, but this is what the next node is for, which is to extract the emails from the website. So as you can see in this one, it didn't extract any emails, but if we go to a different run, chances are it probably did, yeah. So it extracted a few emails from North solicitors. So this step is necessary because each website that you scrape might not have an email on it. Like basically, this is not really in-depth scraper, so it can just scrape what's on the website, so only emails that are on the website. That's why it's so easy to set up, and it's basically free to set up. If you wanted more advanced workflow, there is ways to do this with like Appify and stuff, but those do cost Don't get me wrong, you can get more quality emails, but it does cost to run, which I will do a different video on a more advanced scraper, what my agency actually uses and how we're able to get more personal emails instead of more company emails. So this node here, the code node, just extracts the emails, goes through, loops through each URL to see if there's any emails, and then I'll show you the next step now. So this is the looping sequence. We can now see how it's going through every website and basically extracting the emails from that website. It's looping over each one. We'll let it run now. I think there's 20 items, so it's almost finished, and then we'll just show you now how the second part of the workflow works. So once it's scraped the emails now, it'll do a little wait, because just basically to not cause any more errors, we just want to take our time with this. Then it goes through, logs them into the spreadsheet. So let's go through node by node and see how this second part works. So what this filter node does, sometimes the workflow can mess up and it can return empty emails. This just makes sure that the email exists. As we can see, we've got JSON emails and then we've just got exists. So this filter node just makes sure that there's nothing passing through that's a blank string. So this next one splits it out into different emails, because sometimes it can return multiple as one item, and we just want to split it into individual items. So when we're logging the leads, we're not, basically logging this 2 items at once. And this final node is necessary. Remove duplicates. Once again, if we look at this split out node, we can see there's a few duplicates here, like these here, there's a few duplicates, and then this final node is just to remove any duplicates. And then what we're left with is 11 emails that aren't duplicated, that aren't blank, basically 11 emails, and the final node just logs it into the spreadsheet. So let's go to the spreadsheet now and let's have a look at these emails. As you can see, it's logged all the leads into our spreadsheet, so I've got 11 there. As you can see, sometimes it can return emails like this. You can just get rid of these emails by changing the filter node. From here you can do all sorts, you can set up different automations, like email automations. This scraper, don't get me wrong, like I mentioned earlier, isn't that in depth. Like sometimes it does return some duplicates and stuff. If we go back to N8N, we can see the run was successful. We can run this on a scheduled trigger. You can add different terms. You can actually get AI to basically add the terms for you. But you could all you have to do is change this body. If you really want to start simple, just change this body to different industries, different locations, to return some company emails. Like I say, it's not the most in-depth way to scrape leads in N8N. There is different ways, like I say, using Apify and stuff, but as a free way to scrape leads that's just effective, quick and easy, this is probably the best way to go about it right now. Like I say, I'm going to link the workflow in the description, so if you want to import this template into your own N8N setup, it's going to be there completely free. And if you like this video, I'm going to be posting a lot more different workflows and stuff. Just hit subscribe, because this is my first video, so I'm just getting started, and I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you on the next one.